Hey, everybody. Thank you for joining us. This is Emily Anderson with FranNet, and I'm here to tell you about another franchise brand that I am absolutely intrigued by, and I'll tell you why it certainly caught my attention. There are no employees in this franchise model, and there are multiple revenue streams. Large protected territories by the franchisor, obviously high ROI, and as always, we really focus on these recession-resistant industries. So these are some of the qualities that got my attention, and I'd like to introduce you to Mark, who's going to tell you more about this specific brand. Mark, go ahead and tell us about it.
Thank you, Emily. And again, my name is Mark Behrens, the Vice President of Franchise Development for Citywide, and I'm happy to discuss our model today and kind of talk to you about the positive assets and attributes of our model. First of all, Citywide, we are in the commercial building maintenance services industry. And what we do is we manage over 24 different services for commercial properties. Everything from janitorial and cleaning, which is the main service that we manage, to window washing, carpet cleaning, snow removal, parking lot restriping, security and access control, and carpet cleaning, just to name a few. As Emily mentioned, we are a recession-proof industry because at the end of the day, whether it's a school, a church, a hospital, a medical facility, or any other kind of building, buildings still need to be cleaned day in and day out. So we are a recession-proof industry. The cleaning and maintenance industry is a $100 billion industry, and the market really is untapped. A little bit about the history of Citywide. The company started in 1961 in Kansas City. Today, that location, which is the only corporate location we have, is going to do about $40 million in revenue in the Kansas City market, and that really only represents about 10% of the overall potential in that market. Currently, we have now a total of 60 locations, including our first one in Canada that we recently opened. So we're very excited about that. So why would you consider the Citywide model? There's a number of reasons why. First, the top three reasons is there are no hourly employees that you need to hire. All the work that is done, whether it's janitorial and cleaning, carpet cleaning, landscaping, window washing, what have you, all the work is done through independent businesses, independent contractors that specialize in that particular service. So as a Citywide franchise owner, you do not have to worry about hiring a large number of hourly employees to go out and do the work, because the work is done through independent contractors that you build a relationship with in your particular market. Emily did also mention a high ROI, a return on investment. With having over 24 different revenue streams, you are able to create a very strong recurring revenue opportunity. So the ROI is very strong. And again, as Emily mentioned, our territories are extremely large. They typically range in size from 1 to 2 million in population, but just as important, if not more important, we offer over anywhere from 5,000 to 15,000 potential business accounts that are 10,000 square feet or more. And really the ability to create a legacy opportunity for family. We have about 5 owners in our system today that have second locations that are typically being run by a family member. So the ability to create a very strong overall business and a legacy opportunity for family is definitely there. What makes our model very unique in franchising are the unit economics. Last year in 2018, our owners averaged just under $4 million in revenue, and our top quartile averaged just under $8.9 million in revenue with a 32% gross profit margin. So the numbers are very, very strong. In a lot of brands or models that you look at, you might have to generate or acquire or open 3 or 4 or 5 different locations to see these kinds of numbers with just one location with Citywide. And we are currently, that number 243 is now 223. We are now the 223rd largest franchise organization in the world with just basically 60 owners. So we're very, very proud of that ranking as well. So who are we? Again, we are a B2B, business-to-business sales and management model versus operational. Again, the people that are doing the work are not your own people. The work is being done through independent contractors. And the Citywide business that you will build from the ground up is really going to be focused on sales and management personnel. The people that you will hire as a Citywide owner are going to be professional salespeople, professional account managers to oversee the accounts that are brought in, and they're going to be operations people to oversee the work that the independent contractors are doing. Conversely, because the work is done through independent contractors, there's no need, again, for hourly employees. There's no need for vehicles, equipment, supplies, or warehouses to put all that stuff in, the work being done through independent contractors. Some of our core values that we believe in from a corporate standpoint and what we look for in our franchisees and what our franchise typically look for in their independent contractors, are very upfront, honest, and open people. We believe in servant leadership. We believe in presenting in a building maintenance environment a very professional approach to how we go about managing the accounts that we generate, as well as working with the independent contractors that are doing the work for our owners. So who is the ideal candidate? Typically, because this is a business-to-business sales and management model, we are looking for that type of a background. First and foremost, sales and sales management is something we would like to see. If somebody doesn't have a direct selling background, they might come from a institutional selling type of background, for instance, somebody coming from Wall Street. But somebody that has the ability to manage and lead a group of people, hiring, firing, and training obviously is going to be very important. This is a sales-oriented opportunity, so somebody that's very goal-driven, very competitive, and they really want to build a business from the ground up, and they want to build a team that's going to be able to go out and help build that business. So somebody that's going to be very focused on not just selling themselves and selling their business, but also creating a team and promoting a very positive work environment for their employees. Our support is very strong. The 60 owners that we currently have today did not wake up one day and say, I want to be in the building maintenance services industry. They all came from typically mid to high level executive management positions. They came from B2B type backgrounds. And what they really like about our model is that it is a true B2B environment. So what they were doing in their previous background working for a company and building a unit within that company, now they're doing the same thing for themselves with our model. So coming into this, nobody had direct industry experience. So when somebody signs a franchise agreement with us, we look at the first 60 days of them signing as pre-training or pre-coaching, if you will, before they come to our corporate office for the 2 weeks of classroom training. That 60 days of pre-training is going to be everything from getting a business license set up to finding a small 12 to 1,500 square foot professional office to hiring the first salesperson and really understanding the nomenclature of our industry. They'll have access to our online Citywide University, so they're going to take some online courses. They're going to go spend some time, maybe a day to 2-3 days with an owner in their region. And then when they come to the 2 weeks of classroom training in Kansas City, they're not coming in cold. They're coming in with a fairly good understanding of what this industry is about. And from there, we're going to train them in everything from our CRM and our bidding module to sales to marketing, our IT, the operations side of this, and the accounting. So the 2 weeks of classroom training is going to enhance the 60 days of pre-training when they sign the franchise agreement. That will immediately be followed up by 1 week in the field with what we call a business performance coach, or the operations person that will be assigned to them, and that will work with them during that first week. They'll be on the phone with them consistently from there on out, and they'll go out to the business, to your business, at least 3 times a year. We also offer a great deal of support during the first 6 months. During the first 6 months, a new owner will utilize our call center, and that call center will be responsible for making calls on the owner's behalf in their new territory and helping them set up appointments for that owner to go out and present the citywide opportunity. We'll also handle all the accounting work for the first 6 months as well, because we really want a new owner to go out and focus on building their business. If these 2 areas, the call center, accounting services, if the owner wants to continue to utilize those services, they definitely can after that first 6 months. We also have a very strong national account development team. Currently we have now close to $14 million a year in national account business. So there's a very good chance that in a given market that somebody is going to open up, that we have the potential of existing national account business or the potential of national account business that just needs to be going out and opening up that account that's already been set up at the corporate level. And then our online learning portal, our online university, is going to be consistently there, not only for the owner, but for any employee that they hire, whether it be, again, that salesperson, that account manager, or that operations person. And one of the biggest things that we offer is the network of our owners. As I said, we have 60 locations, and every one of the owners typically have been involved in the validation process themselves before they became an owner. So once they do become an owner, they're very open to validating with potential candidates, and once those candidates become an owner, they're very, very hands-on in offering support, training, and just being a resource ongoing for not only new owners, but for existing owners as well. So let's talk a little bit about the overall investment. Per our franchise disclosure document, we typically list out anywhere from $200,000 to $365,000 as an investment. We typically will say that the overall investment is going to be, closer to that $365,000 to $400,000 investment, which we can talk about. A lot of that's going to be working capital. Our franchise fee is $60,000, our territory fee is $25,000, and the technology fee is $8,000. As I said, starting out, you're typically only looking at a 1,200 to 1,500 square foot office location and 1 additional person plus you, the owner. And we want to make sure that you've got the 3 buckets there filled. You've got the ability to pay the initial franchise fees, you've got the working capital, and then you've got your living expenses, which are obviously to be determined. And we typically are looking for somebody with $150,000 in liquid availability and a $500,000 net worth. Our discovery process is very thorough. It's basically 8 steps. The first call, we're going to talk a lot about what you're looking for as a candidate and what you're looking for in a business opportunity, and what a lot of your decision criteria is going to be. We'll definitely go through a very strong brand overview similar to what we're talking about today, and then we'll have you fill out an application. We'll talk a little bit about funding. We're definitely going to go through our FDD. We're going to talk about the Discovery Day event that we have. You're going to have plenty of time to validate with our owners one-on-one, as well as a weekly franchisee call that we host every Wednesday. And then at that point, hopefully, we'll all be ready to make a decision. That whole process typically is going to be a 60 to 90-day time frame. However, we've seen that take a shorter amount of time, and in some cases a little bit longer, but typically it's going to be a 60 to 90-day process. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. This is my contact information. You'll see that we are very responsive to all your questions. If you call and you get a message, you will get a return call that same day. Conversely, when you're validating with our owners, they are very, very responsive to your requests as well. And again, if you leave a message for them as they are running a business, they will typically get back to you within 24 hours to answer your questions about our model, and they'll be very open and honest with you. And there's not a question that you cannot ask our owners about the business, whether it's the day in and day out responsibilities, or for that matter, their return on investment and what they're making off of the business. So really appreciate the time, Emily, to present this opportunity. We're just scratching the surface here, but hopefully this is going to give people enough of an appetite to reach out and look at our model. Again, it's not probably the first thing you're going to think about as a business opportunity, but when you look at the details of this being a business-to-business sales and management model, I think those are things that are going to be very tasty for people looking at a very strong franchise opportunity with a high return on investment.
Excellent, Mark. Thank you so much. And I really I want to acknowledge the emphasis on validation and being able to connect with other franchisees and validating with leadership at Discovery Day. So thank you so much. We found that to be just a key part of the research process. So if you would like to get more information on Citywide and or if you would like to connect with your local FranNet associate to complete our personal franchise assessment and possibly create your own unique business model and see how Citywide contrasts against your business model, these are your next steps. You can complete the PFA using this link. You can also get in touch with your local FranNet consultant. If you are not sure who that is, feel free to shoot me an email or give me a call at 503-726-5935, and I am more than happy to arrange a personal introduction to your local specialist. So thank you again for your time and attention. Hope you have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.